their friend came from an egg, and Yoshi is his name. Oh, Y-O-S-H-I, 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 and Yoshi is his name. Oh, the Mushroom Kingdom has a princess, and Peach is her name. Oh, P-E-A-C-H, 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 and Peach is her name. Oh, Mario has an arch rival, and Wario is his name. Oh, W-A-R-I-O, 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 and Wario is his name. Oh, there is a king of all the Koopas, Bowser is his name. Oh, B-O-W-S-E-R, 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 and Bowser is his name. Oh, it's been a long day. I had so many Pokemon to train, but I still got Pokemon on the brain. Cause life without my Pokemon's not the same. If you wanna be the very best, every Pokemon trainer needs a lot of rest. Professor Oak recommended I should sleep, cause I gotta be healthy. I'm gonna sleep well. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, I gotta fall asleep faster. Hear me snore like Snorlax, shoo, and let me hear some more of them. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, then I gotta dream faster. I'm gonna sleep well. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, I gotta fall asleep faster.
I'll make love to you like you want me to. If the Bucks win tonight, I'll be holding you tight. You'll be next to me. It's better than E3. Let's have a good stream. The Bucks are the best team. I'll make love to you. Oh, oh, I'll make love to you. Oh, oh. How's it going? Bucks in 6, baby. Let's go. Let's win the finals tonight. Let's get it done. Deer District gonna be popping off. 65,000 strong outside the arena. Inside the arena, about 17 to 20,000. Maxed out. Gonna be awesome. I unfortunately will not be there. My fiance has to work, and it just didn't really work out for me to go to the Deer District tonight. But I'm going to be trying to make sure that everyone out in good old Minnesota can hear me cheering on the Bucks. Gonna do the best I can do. It's better than E3, not a high bar. Yes, I'm well aware. I'm going to start off the stream by shouting out everyone who happens to be here. All 70 plus EO, whatever. Just say something in the chat, and I will get you shouted out. We are doing a little bit of day drinking today because it's Bucks in 6 today, baby. Brandon Jennings, provocation 8 years ago, potentially coming true today. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the Bucks might lose and all that, but we're not here to actually talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, even though that is a big deal game. We got some killer topics Nintendo-wise to talk about today. But let me shout off by shouting out people who are here. So No Shoe Sonic VR is here. Matthew Dozeman is here. John Chrysler is here. Natsu, one of our members is here. Obebo Jordan is here. Mercurius is here. Christopher Lockhart. Brian C is here. Yeah. We got one of our mods here. Corey Bohm is here as well. The Male 518. Aubrey Jackson. Unaheim. Nintendo and Sonic Gamer Girl is here as well. Welcome. Scrolling on down that list, we got First Last is here. Amor12321 _ one of our members of the board of directors. Welcome. By the way, if we get 5 new members during the stream, we will do a live giveaway for all of you guys. We're also technically giving away a Switch OLED right now. We'll be announcing the winner on a live stream at the beginning of October. Don't know the exact date, but to enter, all you need to do is be subscribed. That's it. Be subscribed. There's no special links or anything. Just be subscribed. I'm going to be downloading the subscriber list, picking someone random. Good luck to all of that. Just be subscribed. Switch OLED for free. Pretty cool. Moving on here. World of CYN is here. The Male 518. John Chrysler. We got Xanox is here. Sweet Life of Dio Brando is here. Christopher Lockhart Segment, the Pikachu fan. Noctum Rex is here. I'm Focus is here. Gianfranco Larota is here. Taker 610 is here. Welcome, man. Mojo 81 is here. Red Chaos 173. Nathaniel Ruffle Jans. Hi to myself. How you doing? Let's see here. Jude Kerman is here. Craziest Cough, another one of our members is here. Welcome, baby. Let's see here. Caleb Pinkston is here. Red Chaos 173 had a quick question. Is the Switch OLED size going to be the same as the OG Switch? Did Nintendo confirm it via the Switch comparison via their own website? It is technically slightly wider. So if you look at this, if you look at this, it is 0.1 of a millimeter wider. So it's like, it's such, if you hold them next to each other, they're going to look pretty close to identical in terms of the actual size. Everything's compatible. You can use it on any of the docks. It's all compatible. But yeah, it is technically a smidge wider. I don't know if anyone's really going to notice that, though. Vanetta712 is here. Welcome. He's another one of our member of board of directors of Nintendo Prime. We got John Shirley here as well. John Chrysler, Lillian Palacios, Gin Turkey 89 says, damn, I can join a live. So this week, okay, yeah. I'm not going to get into the rest of that. I will explain why we are live in the middle of the day, though. In a moment, we got James Dodges here. Welcome, RZ, Mr. Clement 1, Loader 575. We got Sermi 98, Angel Robles, Paul Gale Network is here. Let's see here. John is here. Joseph Stewart is here. Daryl A, another member of our board of directors, is here. Welcome, man. Loki or Ravenstorm is here as well. Welcome, man. Carly Gallant is here. For cases, don't forget there's got to be a new ones because the auto brightness sensor's at the top. Yeah, they moved the auto brightness sensor, so it's definitely if you're doing like a skin case or something like that, you're gonna need a different case. But I mean, look at my Switch. I don't put anything on it. The only thing is sometimes a screen protector. I don't even have a screen protector on my Switch right now. So yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm pretty sure pretty much all my Switch carrying cases will hold it just fine. But yeah, that's just the way I am. Kevin B is here. Jediah Johnson is here. Jermaine McBounds is here. Heck yeah, we out here. All right. So yeah, I didn't change the image back here from yesterday, so I apologize. We're not here to talk about Steam Deck or any of that. But we are going to be talking about Monster Hunter Stories 2 because, as reported by Capcom, it has now crossed 1 million in sales. That's obviously the first major milestone for any sort of AAA game on any platform, let alone a exclusive game. This game is only available on Nintendo Switch at the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to get a PC release later. I'm not up to date on that front, but it is exclusively on Switch at this time. And yeah, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, over 1 million copies. That's really, really good. Obviously, it was never going to have like the sort of momentum something like Monster Hunter Rise is going to have, like a mainline Monster Hunter game. Always kind of crushes any sort of spin-off franchises. But that's a really good numbers, and I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this thing could hit 2 or 3 million on Switch because I feel like that's really big numbers. If you look at the original sales of Monster Hunter Stories, it would be topping that. So yeah, I want to see this game do really well. It's essentially, as a lot of people say, Monster Hunter for people who don't like Monster Hunter. A very heavy story-based, more traditional RPG, less in the vein of that, kill, loot, craft kind of, loop you get stuck in. In Monster Hunter, that's not going to be for everyone. The type of gameplay isn't for everyone in Monster Hunter. This is more of a mainstream type of gameplay that we're accustomed to over the years, but obviously isn't as popular as the main franchise games as well. So that's one thing to talk about. That's really good news. We have our first super chat coming in from somebody that isn't that Nintendo Prime bastard. Yeah, baby! Thank you, Taker610, for the $2. All right, let me crack that beer open. I guess we'll do that Nintendo Prime one earlier, too, as well. By the way, it's beer shots for everything under $10. $10, we get out the real alcohol. $20, we really get crunk up in here, because for $20 super chats, we get out the gold schlager. But let's just get into, whoops. I gotta do a better pour than that. It says, will Kareem and Oscar be in the house tonight? Probably. They were in the house for Game 4. I'm presuming they'll be in the house tonight since they were the best players on the Bucks. The last time they won a championship in '71. I'm gonna have to let that head settle down. So yeah, it's I would say that they're going to be at the game tonight for sure. I don't know why they wouldn't be because I think pretty much anyone who's still alive from that '71 team is probably going to be in the house, just like they were for Game 4. So I would presume that that's going to be a thing. I think a lot of people are wondering, is Aaron Rodgers going to be in the house? He has avoided attending every single Bucks game all postseason. Obviously, he has his own controversy with the Packers, but he is a minority owner of the Bucks, and every time they've won in the finals, he's been like the only tweets he puts out on Twitter are about the Bucks winning. So is he going to brave the potential boos or whatever might come his way to be at a game in person for the finals? We'll have to wait and see because he has an active stake in the team and he has been cheering them on and he's clearly been watching the games. So we'll see what happens. He might avoid the whole situation, but it would be cool if he showed up at least to show support for a team he partially owns, if nothing else. But yeah, 50 years since they last won a championship. Isn't that crazy? And it's the only championship in franchise history. So it's not like they're not like the Lakers who are used to winning all the time, or the Knicks who used to win all the time. Like they're not they don't have a storied history of championship runs. So if this particular Bucks team can win 2, they'd be the best Bucks team of all time. Technically right now, it would still be the Kareem and Oscar teams because they went to 2 finals and won 1. The last time the Bucks were in the finals were in '74. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the NBA stuff. I know it's a big deal today because I'm a huge Bucks fan. I'm wearing the Bucks shirt. Bucks in 6. I'll be watching every single second of that game tonight. Hoping the Bucks can close it out at home because it'd be so awesome. But cheers. So let's see here. So we have the 1 million Monster Hunter stories. So I was looking at my topics again. The 1 million Monster Hunter stories thing. Also, Skyward Sword HD. We don't have the Japanese sales charts in yet. I think those will come tomorrow, I believe, or maybe Thursday. But we do have the UK sales charts in, and it debuted at number 1, which is really, really interesting because not only did F1 2021 come out in the same week, it jumped ahead of the likes of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ahead of FIFA 21, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Minecraft, 3D World, Grand Theft Auto 5, etc. It jumped ahead of all of those. But what's also interesting is that there's only been 4 Zelda games ever to debut at number 1 in the UK sales charts, and this is the 4th one. So the prior ones were Link's Awakening on Switch, believe it or not, Wind Waker on GameCube, Ocarina of Time on the N64. Breath of the Wild didn't even debut to number 1. So yeah, Skyward Sword is in some nice company. Skyward Sword HD is. So good news for that game anyways. I know some people still don't like the price, and for people being like, oh, it's really bad news for people who think it's overpriced. Hey, at the end of the day, I just want people to play the game. Skyward Sword HD is one of the most underrated Zelda games of all time because so many people didn't actually play the damn thing. So now that people are actually giving it a try, I'm seeing quite a few reactions on social media where people being like, man, I didn't think I was going to enjoy Skyward Sword as much as I am. I've seen that be like a massive reaction all over social media, and it's like, yeah, because Skyward Sword is a really damn good Zelda game. Just a damn good game in general. I think even the second time around, the review scores the second time around were being overly harsh. This game, to me, is still in the 90s. Maybe you don't want to give it the 93 it originally got, but I think it's a solid 9 out of 10 game. So that's my personal opinion, and I have bias for Zelda. So I never shy away from my bias there. So yeah, that's another story today. And the other one, the other one, interestingly enough, is one actually, this popped up a handful of days ago. So the Switch OLED, right? We're giving away one. Be subscribed. That's all you have to do to enter. And I got one for myself and one for you guys. And I'm not going to give away this Switch. I'm going to hold on to the Switch for a while because I want to do some comparison videos. I'm going to try to see how good I can get footage comparing this to that and the Switch Lite that my son has. And try to do all the cross comparisons there. And then who knows, maybe I'll give this one to one of my kids or just hold on to it for video sakes. I have no idea. Maybe this isn't a version 1.1, so it's harder to hack. So I can't use it as like a hack Switch. But anyways, doesn't matter. Point is that Switch OLED had something very interesting happen. And if you already know this story, that's cool. I've known it for a little bit, but Walmart did a price cut. Walmart did a price cut on the neon red and blue, aka the black version of the Switch OLED. And they said this price cut was due to price matching, which is really, really weird because there's no other retailer selling it at that price. And they haven't corrected it since. So let me get this super chat out of the way quick. Yeah! Keep the drinks flowing, everybody. Take her 610 for the $2. Says, I'm enjoying Skyward Sword HD as the first time I'm using a Pro controller. Yeah. Obviously, Skyward Sword HD is obviously more accessible now due to multiple control schemes. I'm playing it exclusively with motion controls, but I like the motion controls. It's my favorite control scheme in Zelda. All right. So, I am a proponent of this $300 price cut from Walmart. The reason I find it interesting, because they haven't cut it on the other model, and I think it's going to be interesting because since they did a price-matching price cut, I don't know what the hell they were price-matching for everyone who ordered that model, someone's going to eventually complain to Walmart and be like, hey, I have the white model. Why isn't it being price-matched to the black model? And then they'll have to price-match that as well. They're not going to get away with just selling one at $300 and the other one at $350 when they're the same system. If Walmart doesn't correct this, they're going to have to price match across the board and sell it for $50 less. I've seen some theories out there about this that, oh, maybe Walmart has an exclusive deal with Nintendo. Like you can go into Walmart and buy physical games for $10 cheaper. So there's an exclusive deal. I don't think so. All Walmart's doing, and they don't do this just, people get this, it's not just Nintendo games. They do this with like PlayStation and Xbox games as well. They sell the games for $10 cheaper out the gate. Why do they do that? Walmart just wants to get people in the store and hope that you buy other things. Walmart basically just cuts out their profit margin on the games to get you into the store, presuming that once you're in Walmart, you're going to buy other stuff. You guys know how it goes. You go to the store for one thing, you walk out with a dozen items that you weren't planning to buy at that time. Walmart is hoping that that's going to work. They already don't make a ton of money in games as it is, so come in, pick up your game, maybe you grab a pack of soda or some chips. Maybe you decide, oh, I need to get a new towel because the towels in my bathroom are ratty. Or you walk by something with your kids and your kids decide, oh, I want a ball, I want this, I want... Like, you know how it goes, right? You go into stores and you always walk out with more than you plan to get. That is what they're hoping happens, and obviously does happen because they keep doing it. So I don't think that this is some exclusive deal they have with Nintendo, though, to sell it for cheaper, because the white version is still $350 and this one's $300. So it's to me, it's a mistake. An employee somewhere made a price matching mistake. I don't know who it was, but the problem is when you make a price matching mistake and you refund people. I now know 2 people who have pre-orders at Walmart that have been refunded their $50. They're not going to get charged that $50 again because this is a Walmart mistake. Maybe. So the only thing I can think of is, since they made that mistake and already refunded some people, they're just going to have to stick with that mistake through launch. And it's going to lead to people arguing that the white version from them should be price matched. And the scary thing here is Walmart isn't the only retail outlet that price matches competitors. Best Buy has a price matching scheme, as an example. If you show them this system's only $300 on Walmart's website, and it's $350 on yours, Best Buy will price match with Walmart. Now, they won't do it overall. You have to bring it up to them and then show them the proof, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll price match then. But again, that is on an individual basis. They're not going to update their whole website to price match. That's not what Best Buy does. They will price match on an individual basis if you bring it up. So that is the crazy thing. Now, I see Steady dropping EM said, the neon OLED should be at least $25 cheaper. Maybe $50. Why? Like cheaper than the white one? Why? Because it's black? I don't know why it should be cheaper. The colors cost the same. So I don't really see how it should be cheaper than the white one. Unless you're trying to argue in general Switch OLED should be cheaper. That's a whole separate conversation though. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing happening where Walmart, clearly someone messed up, and if this is going to have a trickle-down effect at all retailers having to price match because of Walmart's mistake, we'll see what happens. Do you think Nintendo would put out an external GPU dock for the existing Switch base? No. So I want to be clear here about this idea of an external GPU. This has been out there since Nintendo's patent existed for a external compute unit that you could connect to a system. There's a factual patent that exists for it, and it's been around for a while. People have been like, man, are they going to release an upgraded dock? Here's what I'm going to tell you guys right now. You see this USB-C port on the bottom? You see this? That is just a standard USB-C port. It runs and works like a USB-C port. It is not a Thunderbolt port. I want to be clear about this because you want Thunderbolt connectivity and speeds to run external GPUs. Can you run an external GPU over USB? Sure. But it's not going to be a great experience. If you're looking for an external GPU add-on, which Nintendo's not going to do, by the way, and they have no interest in doing, but if they were going to do it, it would be with a Thunderbolt USB-C port, and that's not what this is. So it's just not going to happen. You can never say never, but in my humble opinion, I do not think Nintendo's even considering releasing some sort of upgraded GPU dock. And by the way, the CPU cores in this are what holds it back. Don't know if people understand how weak the CPU is in Switch. You can externally hook up a 3090 to this thing. It's going to be hamstrung by that CPU. Bad. So like even releasing a dock that has an upgraded GPU in it isn't going to matter because it's going to be bottlenecked by the CPU that's in here. So the most you can hope that Nintendo does with the Switch is actually run the damn thing at stock speeds, which, by the way, the Switch can handle without melting. It just gets a little uncomfortable to hold. It won't burn you. We've seen people do this with modded Switches. They have ran the X1 at its stock speeds on the CPU and GPU, and it doesn't overheat. It runs. It works fine. It's just a lot more uncomfortable to hold. But when you're in dock mode, you're not holding it anyway, so should it matter? I don't think it should matter when you're in dock mode. I think they should just unlock this thing and run it at the stock speeds. And that would be a pretty big boost in that of itself, at least in comparison to what Switch does now. But still, the point is you're not going to use an external GPU, one, because it doesn't have the right connector, and two, it's just going to be bottlenecked by the CPU. Doesn't make any sense. It also doesn't give the system more RAM, as an example. Like there's too many bottlenecks in there to worry about an external GPU kind of thing. It's not like a laptop computer where like I have a really nice CPU in here with a GTX 2060. I have a desktop variant GTX 2060 in this laptop, and like if I hooked up an external GPU to this thing, that's say like a 3070, right? It would run it very, very close to what a 3070 is capable of, because the bottleneck in my computer is the GPU, not the CPU, right? This CPU can handle better GPUs than a GTX 20 or an RTX 2060, but it's just, makes the laptop a bit more affordable that it's a 2060 versus a 2070 or 2080, etc. Because there are 2070, 2080, 3060, 3070 variants of this exact laptop. I think there's even a 3080 variant, but it's always sold out. Let's see here. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. By the way, this is, those are the topics. I brought up all the topics. We covered them. You guys can ask questions about those topics or ask questions about anything. The floor is yours for like the next hour. Ask me whatever you want. Just at me in the chat. What's up, Bedjita87? Welcome to the stream. Abui86 as well. Welcome. Elijah Tank Spiegelman, welcome as well. So yeah. You guys got any questions? Anything you want to talk about today, guys? I brought up the 3 topics already. We went over the sales of 2 different games. We went over, the Walmart price drop that's really weird and hasn't been corrected. I thought it would have been corrected before they refunded people, but they didn't. So I don't really know. It's an interesting situation since so many companies like Best Buy and even Amazon will price match. So it's like, we'll see what happens. I also think Switch OLED should just be $300 personally, but that's a personal thing. I obviously don't know all the costs and all the development behind it or anything like that. Excuse me. What's up, Gina, baby? Welcome. Nintendo Power says, I saw this argument, and I highly doubt it. Guy said the new dock might have Thunderbolt specification for an eGPU. The dock doesn't need... So, there's 2 components here. The new dock, potentially having Thunderbolt specifications, but the new Switch would have to have it as well. This port on here right now is not Thunderbolt compliant. So even if the dock itself is Thunderbolt compliant, it doesn't matter because this port on here can't run it. Can't run Thunderbolt. Okay, I want to be clear. The USB-C port on the current Switch and Switch Lite, for that matter, cannot run Thunderbolt. It is not a Thunderbolt compliant port. So it doesn't matter if the dock is, because the unit it connects to can't handle it. So yeah, that wouldn't matter anyways. Now that doesn't mean the Switch OLED couldn't have a Thunderbolt compatible, port that could enable future dock upgrades with a GPU, but I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it, and there's other reasons beyond the lack of the Thunderbolt port that you would not do that. I just talked about the massive bottleneck the extremely weak CPU would be. It just wouldn't make sense to run a external GPU with that specific CPU. These are old ARM CPU cores that are really slow. You're just going to be bottlenecked way too much to even want to attempt to do that. How is scalping right now on OLED? I haven't checked it in a few days. Let me see. Again, I'm giving away one for anyone interested. But let's see what it's going for right now on eBay. So yeah, I'm giving away a Switch OLED absolutely for free to one of my subscribers. All you gotta do is be subscribed. Winner will be announced in a live stream in October. But let me see here. So I see some of the prices. Wait, well, let's not buy it now though, is it? Let me go to buy it now. Buy it now is what you want to know. Auction prices or whatever. People get to have their auction prices starting at whatever. Buy it now is more like, hey, you want to buy this pre-order right now from somebody? What are they charging you? So the prices are coming down. Last I checked, they were all between like 500 and 550, but now they're really coming down. I'm seeing a buy it now right now for $425. So 125 bucks over. That's not that bad in comparison to what we've seen with obviously other systems. Let me see, other low end prices $475 with $5 shipping. $420. So I see one, but that one's got $17 shipping, so that's more expensive. The other one had free shipping. $470, $450. So the prices are coming down. But the prices are coming down because people aren't buying these scalp products. It hasn't been like super difficult to get pre-orders in. Like I was able to get 2 pre-orders in, for crying out loud. I usually can barely get 1, and I got 2. Now it is sold out at the moment. So maybe you're going to see some people willing to spend like $420, $430 on this from a scalper. But yeah, these scalping prices aren't super insane, which tells me scalpers are having a hard time at the moment selling these things. Now, maybe that'll change the closer we get to launch, where people are like, man, we were hoping for more stock, more pre-orders, didn't happen. I guess I'll buy it from a scalper because I don't want to wait. But the thing is, I feel like it's also a low demand system because if you buy just the normal Switch or you already own it, this isn't a power boosted Switch. So it's not like a must have system. It's kind of like, the 3DS XL. 3DS XL was sold out at launch too. It wasn't a must have system. Like scalpers tried to scalp the 3DS XL and it didn't work because it really wasn't a must have. It's more of it's nice to have. Would it be nice if all of us had, if you enjoy playing portable gaming on this, wouldn't it be nice to have a 7-inch OLED screen and blah? Like, it's more of a nice to have product than a need to have product. So yeah, it's one of those, I don't think scalpers are going to find a lot of success with this system. They're certainly going to try, but I just don't think they're going to find a lot of success. I think it's eventually going to be the #1 produced unit from Nintendo. It's going to replace the current Switch model. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be super difficult to get this, in 6 months. But yeah, it's also not a must-have upgrade, right? It's more of a nice-to-have. So I think scalpers are going to be very hard-pressed. I think most people that can't get one at launch that are interested will just wait because they don't need to get it now, especially if they already own a Switch. They don't need to get it now. They can wait. They can wait until it's even in stock at a local retailer. They can just wait. Flippin' said, wow, didn't know you were live streaming. Oh yeah, so about that. I'm streaming now during the day because I'll be watching the Bucks game tonight. So I won't be streaming tonight. I'll probably still get a video out tonight instead. So I kind of flip in my schedule. Usually it's a video during the day, stream at night. Instead, I'm streaming during the day, doing video at night because I can work that video around the Milwaukee Bucks game. Whereas it's harder to work a stream around it because the game, it starts at, I don't even know what time is it, 7 or 8? What's that, 9? No, it can't be 9. We're in Milwaukee. So the game is at 8. So likely to run till 10, 10:30. If it goes into overtime, could end up being 11. You never really know. Double overtime. You can go into unlimited overtime. So we'll have to see what happens. I want to give myself leeway to not worry about it tonight. And in addition to that, I don't know. I like listening to post-game coverage and all that jazz, win or lose. Well, losing would be a bit disappointing, but still another game to go. We have another super chat popping off. Thank you, Nintendo Academy, for the $5. He says, passing by, I think he meant to show. You missed the 2 in there. Passing by to show the love, bro. By the way, GameStop has pre-orders for the red blue one online right now. There you go. See, it hasn't been super hard to get a Switch OLED either. So yeah, I don't think scalpers are really gonna find a lot of success this time around, which is cool. Cheers. You'd love to see my reaction to the Bucks game. So there's some people that asked me for the Milwaukee Bucks game tonight. If low key I just go on Twitch, because you can't stream the game, right? That's totally against the law. You get your everything deleted and banned. But what you are allowed to do is stream your own commentary to the game. So you could watch the game and then commentate and react to the game as it's happening. There have been people who have asked me to go on my Twitch account at least, because obviously it wouldn't fit on my YouTube channel, and do that because they want to see my passion for sports. They want to see how into it I am. I just don't think that's going to happen. The thing is, I'm going to be watching the game upstairs where my kids are at, and every time I'm about to scream really, really loud, because I know I'm going to get loud, I'm going to be stepping outside. So I'm going to have my front door open with just the screen. A glass door, and I'm literally going to be stepping outside and just going nuts outside the house. It's going to be insane. My neighbors are going to think I'm crazy because I can still see the game through the window. So it's one of those, when I need to get really loud, I need to start yelling Bucks and 6. I need to start chanting Bobby, your defense. I'm going to be stepping outside so I don't wake my kids up. It actually does do a good job of muffling. I tested it earlier today. It does a good job muffling the sound to them so I don't wake them up. So, but yeah, because I won't be downstairs. Because I'm just not going to be down here, I don't think. I mean, no, because the reason I want to watch it upstairs is because I have a cable box. I found the remote for it today upstairs. Even though I can stream the game anywhere in the house, there's about a minute stream delay, and sometimes I'll get score updates on my phone beforehand. I don't want score. I want to see things as they happen. So I'll be watching it on the cable box upstairs. Anyways. They opened pre-orders for old Metroid amiibos. Do you think they will have a use in Dread? Probably. I have pre-ordered the Switch OLED. I don't have a Switch at the moment, but waiting for the Pro. I currently have 9 Switch games. Will be 12 with Metroid Dread Special Edition. Man, I got way more than 9. But everyone can afford what they want or are interested in what they want. Stare at me. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. iSonic says, what are the things Nintendo could do if the Steam Deck steals some sales? Price cut. Biggest thing Nintendo could do. Everyone's like, oh, if the Steam Deck starts stealing sales and the Switch starts going like this and the Steam Deck's going like this, what is the number one response Nintendo can do? Oh, yeah, bring out a Pro. Oh, yeah. Nintendo can't rush a Pro or rush a Switch 2 out the door if it's not ready. That would be a dumb move. But what they can do is say, screw it, Switch OLED's going to be $300. OG Switch is dropping to $250. We're going to drop Switch Lite to $150. They can just price cut, and make the price gap bigger. And that's going to invigorate sales. So that's the number one thing Nintendo has on the table if Steam Deck really, really takes off and affects Switch's market. Let's see here. Anyone can use the Nintendo Switch case if I... So I think most Switch cases will work fine with a Switch OLED in terms of the travel case. Like if you have... I don't have one next to me right now. God, I got a whole bunch of them. They're in the other room. If you just have like a normal like case that you just slap your Switch in and throw it in your bag, you'll be fine. Now, if you're talking about a flip case, like if you're someone who only uses it portably and you have like one of those flip cases, which I have one in the other room. I wish I had it on me to show you. You're going to need to get a new one because they moved the light sensor on it. So that it would auto adjust screen brightness based on light. They moved where that sensor is. So a lot of those flip cases for this model isn't going to work perfectly with that model. Plus obviously different size screen. So that's a whole nother thing as well. So yeah, any sort of flip cases, you'll need new ones. If you're just talking about a travel case, for the most part, it's 0.1 millimeter wider, same depth, same height. I think most Switch cases are going to be absolutely fine. I think it's being overblown. Unless you have a Switch case where it's super snug. If you have a Switch case where it's really, really snug in there, like it just fits perfectly and there's no room, well then, yeah, I mean, you might need a new case. But most Switch cases, from my experience, aren't like that. There's already a smidge of give, and because of that, it should be fine. Nintendo Power says, someone on either channel, yours or OJ. I didn't say anything about this, so I'm assuming that this was OJ or somebody on one of his streams. Said that Walmart has a history of discounting pre-orders to close orders out, probably swapping Neon Joy-Con OLED for normal Neon model. So they have lowered pre-orders to close orders out. That is something that Walmart has done. But they have not, to my knowledge anyways, and I have pre-ordered through Walmart before and had them discount my pre-order before. I still got the exact product I ordered. I have not, to my knowledge, seen them discount a pre-order and then swap a completely different product in for the product you ordered. I've never seen Walmart actually do that. So while they have done a whole, let's lower the thing and you know, close out your pre-order, I've never seen them actually swap it for a different product. I've never seen them do that. I'm not saying they won't do that this time. I've personally never heard of Walmart specifically swapping the actual product for something you didn't order. I've never seen that happen. So I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it seems a little sus. The whole thing seems a little sus, but I don't think that's going to happen personally. But we'll see. Hard shell cases and maximum protection. Yeah. Hard shell cases probably won't fit perfectly or at all. Hard shell cases are obviously really, really tight. So if you're someone who has a hard shell or you have like one of those, what is it? God, the ones that like push up. There's a really popular brand of it. Anyways, any sort of hard shell case you put on it isn't going to fit right. So that's obviously a thing to consider as well. So thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing that up, Corey. Maximum protection style, yeah. So like anything that's super snug, like tight as hell on this, is not going to work on the new one. You're going to need new accessories. So, but like if you're just talking about the travel cases, most travel cases should be fine. Yeah, you got the Skull and Company, so you got to, yeah. So you need like those new grips and stuff like a lot of that stuff you will need new ones of because that 1 millimeter difference is gonna matter. You could try forcing your Switch into it, but I wouldn't do it. You'll probably break the Joy-Con or something. It doesn't sound like a smart idea to even try. By the way, it's gonna look like it should fit. I want to be clear. Those hard snap-on cases, and I got some of those as well. It's gonna look like it should fit. It's literally going to be so close, it's going to look like it should, but it won't. So don't even try. Please, I don't want to hear people breaking their Switches trying to use old accessories that are not made for that extra 1 millimeter of width, because it's going to look so close. It's going to look like it should just snap in and be fine. And you're either bending the rail, bending the Joy-Cons. You're going to break something eventually. Even if you get it in, you're going to break something. Just don't do it. Let's hit that like button, guys. Yeah, how many likes we at right now? We got 53. 120 plus people watching. Wait, or is it 85? I don't know. I never know which one of these numbers is accurate. Maybe we're only at 85. Either way, let's hit that like button. 53? We can get this to 80? Huh? Let's go. It's the least you guys can do. If you can't super chat, can't do it. It's okay. That's not a big deal. But dropping likes helps expand the viewership of the stream. It gets to suggest it and send out more notifications. It's dumb that likes leads to notifications being sent out to people who ask for notifications to be sent out. But that's just the way YouTube works. So the more likes, the better off the stream does. So thank you guys for that as well. All right. Am I excited for the NFL preseason? Kind of. So I'm from Wisconsin. I'm a Packers fan. Obviously we have a lot of Aaron Rodgers issues. And if he does come back, which he didn't opt out of the season, if the Packers don't trade him, maybe he decides to show up. The question is he going to show up and play disgruntled? Is he going to be able to compartmentalize, set it aside, play out his contract? As long as we refuse to trade him, just play out his contract and just deal with it. I don't know. And is he still going to play at the same level, the MVP level, or should the Packers trade him? I have no idea. What I will say is I kind of want to see some Jordan Love action. I'm not saying that Jordan Love's ready or anything, but like we didn't get to see him last year because there was no preseason. So I'm really excited to just see what Jordan Love does. Just to see what he actually looks like, because I haven't been to a Packers practice. I've only seen some footage here and there. So I don't actually know, like, does he suck or is he good? I don't know. Let's find out in preseason. Anyways, I hope they fix Joy-Con wiggle. I think we all hope that they fix Joy-Con wiggle. Which, it's so dumb. There's multiple causes of Joy-Con wiggle. First cause is a bad locking mechanism. If they would put a metal piece in there instead of a plastic one, it really solidifies it in the rail as well. So forget like knocking Joy-Cons off because the lock broke. Yeah, it'll fix that part, but it will also solidify it in there and there's less wiggle. So if you go in to your Joy-Con, you take it apart, and I've done this before on prior Joy-Con. You take it apart and you replace the little plastic clip in here with a metal one. It actually reduces Joy-Con wiggle quite a bit. Now, I have a smidge of wiggle here. Like, I can move this. You can't really see it on camera because it's such a slight move, but it does move. I don't notice it much while I'm playing, but I mean, it's there. And you can feel it if you're paying attention. So that's one cause of it, because I still have the plastic locks on here, so that would solidify it. Also, another thing I've noticed is, surprisingly, not the plastic, but the metal rails. They seem to get ever so slightly bent, and I don't know, I'm sure it's like aluminum or something cheap. But like they sometimes get a little bent, and I feel like that contributes to it as well. It's also possible there's plastic breakdown and stuff that I don't really know. Personally, from a design perspective, I don't know how they can reduce something that, like anything that slides on and off like this, to me is always going to have a little wiggle. So I'm not really sure how they're going to fix it. But yeah, I know all that the manual fix. Oh, throw a little sliver of paper in, this and that. But like none of that, because it doesn't wiggle when you first get it. So like it's just wear and tear. And I don't know how they could fix wear and tear. Like, how do you fix wear and tear? There's always going to be a little give. And anything that slides in like this, even in mechanics, even in like when you make rides and stuff like that, there's always going to end up being a little give eventually because of wear and tear. So it's like, what do you expect them to do about it? They can't prevent things from having wear and tear. So I'm not really sure what to do about it. I think Joy-Con drift is the one that we should really hope they fix, especially since it appears anyways that there's a really easy way to fix Joy-Con drift. But I don't have my Joy-Cons drifting right now, so I can't test that fix. I need to get someone's, maybe, I see Eric's aren't drifting either. I need to find a friend of mine that has Joy-Con drift to see if this new fix actually works. Because if it does, that's huge. That's a massive revelation. They fixed it. It's called Switch Lite. Oh, there's Brian C. Shots fired! Bang, bang! It's called Switch Lite. They fixed it. How do you feel about Skyward Sword HD so far? It's great. It's awesome. I love Skyward Sword, so I knew I was going to like it. Loki Brandon says, I think Aaron Rodgers is too much of a professional to not play it 100%. It's not necessarily about being a professional. The thing is, like, there's all this drama, but, like, Aaron Rodgers hasn't really said anything publicly. Like, he's just, all right, sure, let Adam Schefter say his thing. Sure, let the Packers say that they hope he comes back. Rodgers himself hasn't really said a damn thing. And I think that's what's frustrating people is, like, we want to hear from you. But he's not really talking. Like, even when he went on the Pat McAfee show a couple times, he didn't really say anything. Anyways, are you playing your Switch with Pro Controller or Joy-Con? I'm playing motion controls, baby. Skyward Sword HD, motion controls is the way to go. For me, anyways. Let's see here. Bet 100 to 1. The extra $50 is for shipping and freight. Why? They have to ship it anyways. I don't. That doesn't make any sense. They did the same crap with Wilson and the Seahawks. So Russell's issue. So I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. He was quarterback of like the best team in Wisconsin history. Should have went to the championship that year, but we lost 2 games on Hail Marys. 2 Hail Marys prevented Wisconsin from being in the title game. So stupid the goddamn defense blew it. Anyways, so Russell Wilson, big fan of his. His issue with the Seahawks was personnel related. It was hey, I'm tired of running for my life. I'm getting older. Running for my life is not fun. I don't want to have to scramble every time I drop back to pass because our offensive line can't keep guys off me for more than 1 second. So Russell Wilson's major complaint is, hey, I'm tired of this. You do something about it or I don't want to play here anymore, because he sees the way Tom Brady's protected. Aaron Rodgers sees it as well. And it's like, hey, I want protection. I'm tired of this. Running for my life sucks. I can't do this forever, and you're shortening my career if you keep making me scramble like that. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that problem. He's had excellent protection, and he still can scramble when he needs to, but he doesn't do it every single play, so, it's not a big deal. Aaron Rodgers' issue has been with the GM. He, from everything we were hearing anyways, is that he wants Goody to be fired. And I don't know that the Packers are willing to go that far to please Aaron Rodgers and actually fire Goody. What his issues are with Gutekunst, I have no idea. Apparently it's deep-seated. It's been around since he was hired. Apparently he's not very transparent. And I will admit, a huge mistake the Packers made. Wasn't drafting Jordan Love, but it wasn't telling Rodgers. Rodgers found out the Packers were drafting Jordan Love when all the rest of us found out. Rodgers should have been told beforehand. There should have been a courtesy call. That I can agree with. That is a mistake on Goody for not giving Aaron Rodgers a courtesy call before it was announced publicly. That is probably a huge part of the eroded trust, along with several other things apparently he hasn't told Rodgers either. We've known some of these issues over the years. Rodgers' quarterback coach got fired one year without Rodgers even being talked to. He found out when the coach wasn't at practice anymore. Like, that is ridiculous. There are some massive communication issues under Gutekunst that just are just weird with the Packers. I don't understand why you wouldn't, like, okay, fine. You don't want to tell Aaron Rodgers you're drafting a quarterback even though it's the position he plays and he just won MVP, and it would be nice to give him a courtesy call about it. Fine. That's a dick move, but fine. But to not tell Rodgers that you're firing one of his coaches, and he finds out by the fact the coach isn't at practice anymore, like, that's just dumb. Like, it's almost like Goody doesn't like Rodgers. And I feel like it's becoming like a Ted Thompson situation. When Ted Thompson took over the Packers, it became pretty clear he wasn't a huge fan of Favre, and he wanted to move on from Favre as soon as he could. Got his guy in Rodgers. Still took a few years. And then even when like Brett Favre retired and then unretired, Brett Favre didn't want to leave. When Brett Favre unretired, he did not request a trade from the Packers right away. He thought he could unretire it. You know, he was just in the NFC Championship game in 2007. He thought he could just unretire and come back and start. And I think pretty much any other franchise, he would have been able to do that. Like if Tom Brady was going to retire instead of leaving last year, and then he retired, but then he unretired, you think he wouldn't be able to come back and be the starter? Like, he probably thought he could do that. And for most NFL teams, he probably could have, but Ted Thompson didn't want Favre anymore. And so there was a big, like, hey, Ted Thompson doesn't want me, so you trade me. And that's when the whole trade me to the Vikings or whatever, because he wanted to spite the Packers. So it's a very interesting situation with Rodgers right now, because he probably feels like since Goody was hired after Ted Thompson, because Ted Thompson was Aaron Rodgers' guy, once Goody was hired, he kind of probably figures, you know, Goody hasn't really been giving me respect like Ted Thompson did. Goody's not listening to me when I go in his office. Goody just doesn't care about me, and Goody's trying to move on from me, and that's the way Rodgers feels. It doesn't matter the Packers keep offering him contract extensions, because he's like, yeah, it's not about that. It's about how you're treating me in comparison to Ted Thompson. And it's funny because obviously he fired Mike McCarthy, which he wanted fired. But then he wasn't consulted on the coach change either. Like, he likes Matt LaFleur now, but he also, didn't even get to meet Matt LaFleur before. They just hired him. They didn't even let Aaron Rodgers meet with Matt LaFleur. They just hired him. So it's like, Goody just doesn't give a shit about Aaron Rodgers, is what it feels like to Aaron Rodgers. At least that's my take on it as a fan. So who's in the right, who's in the wrong, I have no idea. Everyone forgives Ted Thompson for how he treated Favre because, hey, we won a Super Bowl with Rodgers. And people will forgive Goody for how he's treating Rodgers if Jordan Love goes and wins the Super Bowl. Super Bowls cure everything. So, and Mike McCarthy wasn't a very good coach anyways. He's a good quarterback coach. He is a good quarterback coach. Not a very good head coach. And I thought that while he was winning with the Packers, I didn't think he was a very good head coach. I thought the Packers just had an abundance of talent. Rodgers, yeah. The thing is, he's tried. He's brought in he's brought in multiple tight ends. None of them worked out. He's tried to get Rodgers help. The problem is he hasn't drafted anyone to help. Like, no tight end or wide receiver taken in the first round in how many years? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Shipping costs have skyrocketed since the COOF, but Switch has been out so long they can't raise the price without backlash. OLED justifies higher price paid for higher shipping costs. But the thing is, shipping costs is back on the downturn. So shipping costs went up for a while, and now shipping's starting to go back down again. So it's an ebb and flow. But the shipping cost is starting to come back down. So I don't really, because when they price the system, they're looking at this as not just a now. This is looking at it for future. I think it's $350 because they can't release it at $300 and still sell the original Switch at $300, and the original Switch keeps selling out, and they don't want to drop the price of a product that's selling out. I think the logic is this thing kept selling out before they announced Switch OLED, so why drop the price on a product that's selling out? But we want to release this new product that's going to replace this product, but we're not replacing it this holiday. So why lower the price on a product that's selling out for a new product coming out? It's just from a business perspective, it's like, no, keep this at $300 and just raise the price of the new product. I think that's all it is. I think it's until they discontinue this and just make the Switch OLED the replacement, it's going to be $350 because they need a price differential in there because it can't be $300 while this is also $300. Oh, lower this. They're not going to because it's selling out. So why would they lower this? So they're in kind of a conundrum there with that. But yeah, I think things are going to be fine. I honestly think a year from now, heading into holiday 2022, they're not going to be making this anymore. It's going to be Switch OLED only for this type of model. So yeah. That's my personal opinion anyways. I don't have any proof. This is just my thought. Elijah Tang says, I don't know, but I instantly recognize the name Brett Favre because of the Scott the Woz video. He did. Yeah, Scott the Woz had that one video where he made a Brett Favre joke / reference. It was pretty funny. Anyways. Freddie B says, hi, I'm your biggest fan. Well, hi, Freddie B. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. It is, what, Tuesday? Right? Tuesday, July 20th. This time next week, I will be on vacation. Probably still making videos, though. I don't know if I'll be on camera for most of those videos, but yeah, I leave for vacation. I fly out on the 25th coming up. So, pretty cool. Going on vacation, not the vacation we wanted. Damn cruise line. Keeps trying to say my fiance is not a citizen. So dumb. Oh, we're frustrated because it's non-refundable, of course. So now we have future cruise credit for next year. It's just frustrating. So we made a pivot turn and changed what our vacation is going to be. But we're going to Vegas instead. And Vegas is fine and it's cheap. But it's also not cheap to us. Because we have the cruise paid off. So like a non-refundable cruise that we had most of our stuff paid off and didn't have to worry about it. Now it's like, oh, so the money I had coming from like E3 goes to a completely different vacation that wasn't planned. It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's frustrating. But life moves on. Do I like Switch OLED, my man? I mean, I can't give opinions on whether I like or dislike something until I have it. You know, Steam Deck, do I like or dislike it? It doesn't feel like a system for me, but if I have it on hand, my opinions could completely change. Switch OLED, I mean, it's this with a better screen and a better kickstand. So like, I'll probably like it, but that's because I already like Switch, right? So it's one of those, I don't know. I can't give an opinion fully, a full fat, do I like something until I have it. I reserve that judgment until I have it or till I've hold it or till I've tried it. What I can say is I'm not so sure it's worth $350. But I'm getting one for the channel, so we'll see. I'm giving one away as well. So, how much was the cruise? Not counting shore excursions, drink packages, and all that, because that's all addition. $2,500. I don't get any of it back. Yeah, I get a future cruise credit, which just means, oh, you can schedule a cruise in the future and pray to God it's, you know, the same price, which is probably not. It's probably going to be more expensive. But, so dumb. Anyways, yeah. Ouch, right? Big ouch. David Angio says handheld PC equals every game from NES to PS3 to Switch. With emulators, all PC games just up until this year. Okay. Yeah, David Angio. I know it's an emulation beast. It's an emulation beast. I know that. It's funny too. So I watched Gamer Nexus's video on the Steam Deck because I watched a few others hands-on, but I watched their analysis, and when they got to the spec part, it was really interesting. So people were getting mad at me over like how I was comparing the spec of the Steam Deck last night, and I'm watching Gamer Nexus, and he gets to the spec part. He wasn't exactly thrilled about the specs of this thing. And he thinks AMD and Valve are lying. And he brought up a bunch of interesting marketing points about prior APUs from AMD that were complete lies. So he's like, we know we're not going to know till we have the thing on hand, but also, hey, like, there's some red flags in how it's being marketed to him that are kind of like, hey, we've seen this behavior before, and it ends up not being what they tell you it is. Oh, be excited, it's RDNA 2. Oh, it's Zen 2. Well, Zen 2 is not new, it's 2019. RDNA 2 is their latest GPU stuff, but it's not really next gen, and their latest GPU stuff to him isn't that impressive in the first place, especially in a mobile form. So It'll run your PC games at 720p fine. Don't know why you'd ever use it in a dock situation with a monitor. Oh, it supports, 8K monitors at 60 FPS. Okay, good luck. Good luck just running the desktop at 8K. So it's like, he was just more like, as a PC enthusiast, he's kind of like, hey, it's affordable, that's cool, but also he doesn't think it's as powerful as people think it is. It's basically the way he framed it is, he doesn't actually think this thing is as powerful as people are assuming it is, because he thinks there's some lies in the marketing. But we'll see. We'll see. He knows more about this stuff than I do, because obviously it's something he does for a living. And he would know about the marketing lies, because he covers literally everything. All technology, whether it's consoles, PCs, phones, whatever. He covers all of that stuff. Well, he doesn't really do a lot of phone stuff, I should say. I should back off on the phone part. But he has done some videos on phones, but he's not like, deep into the phone stuff. GPD Win 3 is 65 watts. He also noted in his video why the watts don't matter. So yeah, just watch Gamer Nexus's video on it. He'll let you know. Literally, he says it point blank. I can't remember his exact words, so I don't want to paraphrase. But he says point blank that the watts don't matter. The watts are completely deceiving. You could have something rated at 45 watts, but the system's drawing 150. Like it doesn't matter what the rated wattage is. He goes into it and he points to a prior video he did proving that it doesn't matter what the rated wattage says, because rated wattage isn't the same as power draw. What's up, Ethan Hunt? It has been a long time. I haven't seen your Luigi butt in a long time. Nintendo Unite says, do I like Rocket League? Nope. I am not a Rocket League fan. Doesn't mean I think it's a bad game. It's just not a game I enjoy playing. The good thing for me about the deck is I can add money to your Steam overtime for it. You sure can. Is Dying Light on the Switch real life? It seems like it. Pretty sure. Sure seems like it. I've been busy with new things. Love the new setup. Yeah, this isn't new per se. I mean, not anymore. I've been using this setup for what? How long has it been, guys? Like 3 months? Something like that? Like 3 months? So this isn't new per se for me or for most of these people, but yeah, I've been at it for a while. New since you've been here. I use this setup for streams, for standalone videos, etc., etc., etc. The full setup with the podcast is really, really cool. Hopefully we have that popping off for you guys tomorrow. Still working on a guest, so. You're playing Rocket League while you watch me? Nice. Nice. Do I like Among Us? Haven't. I'm going to say no, but it's not because I dislike it. It's more so I haven't really played it with friends. So I've tried playing it on my phone with randos. I don't really know. It didn't really seem that fun to me. But it also seems like a game that would be really fun to play with friends. I don't have friends. So, fun fact about good old Nate over here. I have like 2 friends. My fiance and Eric. I don't have friends. Like, I'm watching the Bucks game at home tonight, and I kept thinking, God, it'd be cool to go out to the bar with fellow Bucks fans, but I can't because I gotta watch the kids. So I'm like, oh man, maybe I could just have my friends come over. Then I realized I don't have any friends. I go on Facebook, there's no friends. I have no friends. I don't have anyone that I can just have come over and watch the game with me tonight. Like, I don't have anyone. I ain't got it. Eric's busy with some family stuff. I ain't got anyone who can come over. So it's like, I don't got friends. So it would be fun to play with friends. You'd be like, play with your Nintendo Prime community. And I'm not saying that can't be fun. But it's not the same as like playing with actual friends, Like playing games with actual friends that you know and can talk shit to. And like, it's just way more fun. So I feel like Among Us would be great if I had like a group of like 8 friends, But I don't even have like a group. I didn't even have a group of 8 friends back in high school. I've always been the kind of person that doesn't have a lot of friends. And it's completely by choice. I could have a ton of friends. I just don't. I don't have a need for like a bunch of friends, you know? One, I got all you guys. Two, in real life, I got kids and everything for like the last decade. I got enough going on. So I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I'm gonna say I haven't played it in the situation that I feel like is where it would be enjoyable. I know a lot of you guys feel like we're friends, but this is something I always tell people, and this isn't to insult anyone. I've never met any of you. I don't know any of you. If I'm not making videos or streaming, I don't talk to any of you. I don't have to give you guys my number. We're not texting each other, calling each other, making plans, all this stuff. I do randomly check Discord here and there, but bottom line is there's a difference between you're all aware of me, but I know nothing about you. Friends is a two-way street. YouTube is really a one-way street. You guys get to see me. You get to talk to me. You get to learn things about me. You get to see my personality, my this, my that. I get to see a bunch of you guys texting in a chat. It's not the same. It's a one-way relationship. And I think what happens and what confuses a lot of people is they feel like we're family and we're friends and we're this and that. So then when they do bump into you in real life, they treat you like your old chaps that have, been, best friends for 5 years. And it's like, I don't know who you are. And it's kind of creeping me out that you're walking up and randomly giving me hugs and saying hi to my kids when to me, you're a total stranger. Like, that's the reality of the relationship between most of the people who watch my content and myself is we're strangers. I might seem like less of a stranger to you, but you're a stranger to me. Completely a stranger to me. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know who the hell any of you guys are. I've never met any of you. Never talked to most of you guys off of stream. Even on Discord, I haven't talked to most of you. Like, I'm a content creator that does this for fun. You guys are part of the reason that it's fun, and I thank you for that. But also, I'm not going to say, like, you're a friend to me like Eric or my fiance, or even some other acquaintances I have, like Derek and stuff like that, and Nikki. Like, I have some other people that I'm acquaintances with that I can hang out with once in a while and drink a beer. I'd say they're probably closer to me than you guys because I know them. They know me. We know of each other. We know things about each other. Let me see here. Paul Gale Network says, ideal September Nintendo Direct along with Nintendo 64 and Nintendo Switch Online announcement celebrating the 25th anniversary of the console. Maybe. I mean, I think there will be a September Direct. I think that's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to hear about N64 being added, but that would be cool. The Eighth Arc says, a couple of good local friends is all you need. You don't need to be adored by the masses. If you make a difference in a couple of people's lives, that's all that matters. And the thing is, Thark, I know that I've made a difference in some people's lives online as well, watching my content and streams and stuff like that, and that's really cool. But as I always try to remind people now and then is, hey, look, it is a one-way street. There's no way to break down those barriers that I'm comfortable doing because I make my content from home. I'm not comfortable with people on the internet, like knowing where I live, knowing everything about my house, knowing everything about my kids, like the stuff that I would share with actual friends. I'm not really comfortable sharing with people online. Even like Corey, right? Corey Bohm, been talking. He's one of the few people that I have talked to quite a bit outside of live streams. I don't know that I would be comfortable like inviting him into my home like I would someone else. And that's no offense to you, Corey. You're awesome. And I know we talk sometimes about personal life behind the scenes. But still, it's one of those, maybe I'd meet you out at a bar and have a beer. But like, getting personal in that way, I don't know if I'm comfortable. Because you could be completely different than the person I've talked to online. It's too easy to fake being somebody different online, Sadback says, Nate, I ordered the Switch OLED from Target. They charge my card. Doesn't that go back, though? And they'll charge me when it ships. It's been, nope. Sad Vasquez, Target charges you right away and that's it. They just so you're aware, Savvac, I don't know how aware you are of this in general. When you pre-order hardware at pretty much most retailers, they're going to charge you right away. There are some that won't. Amazon does not charge you till it ships. Target charges you right away. Walmart charges you right away. Best Buy charges you right away. You do not get that money back. They charge you right away. That's it. You paid for it. You're done. But Amazon doesn't. Amazon doesn't charge till it ships. And then GameStop, if you order online, it'll charge you right away. If you order in store, you only have to put down a down payment of $50. They won't charge you the rest of it until you pick it up. You could also pay it off over time, sort of like a lease kind of thing. That's what I'm doing with mine right now. Is I'm going to pay it off a little bit, $100 here, $100 there over time. So yeah, that's like when I pre-ordered the Xbox Series X, I pre-ordered one from Target, charged right away. You don't get a refund. They don't give it back to you and charge you again later. No, you're just charged. How do you carry your Switch around when you're out on the town? Well, I don't carry it around when I'm out on the town. I'm a dad. I'm not a kid. I'm not a single adult that's going to be at a coffee shop playing my Switch. If I'm out and about, chances are my kids are with me. I got to pay attention to them. There's very few times in my hometown I've taken the Switch outside of my house. Now, when I've gone to E3, of course I've taken it, and I have a way that I do that. When I'm going, I'm probably bringing my Switch on vacation with me with Yulia. But like when I'm out in the town, I'm usually out because I'm doing something. I'm going out for lunch. I'm taking my kids to the park. I am, and like staring. It's bad enough when you're checking text on your phone, staring at your Switch screen and getting deep into a game, and then you don't even know where your kids are. That's not really a smart thing to do. So the situations to play Switch in public are mostly when you're by yourself or with another adult friend. But I'm with my kids all the time, so I'm not really in the ideal situations to go out on the town and play my Switch. But I mean, it comes with me on vacation and other things like that when, but that's a different situation. Sorry. I think we had a super chat come in. Yeah, baby, thank you. Gameboy98 for the $2. Says, what's your thoughts on the Loki series? Really damn good. I enjoyed every single episode. See, WandaVision, I enjoyed WandaVision as well. I'm big into the Marvel cinematic universe specifically. I'm really big into it. WandaVision got really, really good, but it kind of, to me, dragged its feet for the first few episodes. But it was intentionally dragged because it helped set up the rest. So it made sense in context to the whole of the show. But it's still, I gotta admit, like after episode 2, I was like, God, am I gonna keep watching this? This is kind of boring. Then it got good. So it's like, it's boring intentionally because it's setting up the premise for everything. And that setup is boring. That's kind of the point. So it worked. Whereas Loki was just really damn good from the first episode through the 6th. It didn't drag it out. It's 6 episodes. It just felt like a really long Marvel movie. And that's good. I like that. I like the way that it went. I like the cliffhanger it's on. I like it obviously confirmed in the credits there's going to be a Loki season 2. I liked everything about it. I don't have like really any complaints at all about how Loki was handled. Any of the episodes with any particular big issues. I liked it all from start to finish. Does that mean it's perfect? I don't know. What is perfect? I can't think of anything I would change about it. I really enjoyed Loki. To me, it's maybe the best Marvel TV show of all time. But that's me saying that. It feels weird because I do really enjoy the Netflix Marvel shows they had, but it sucks that Disney and Netflix couldn't get a deal going and keep those shows going. It really pisses me off they had to end the way they did because I was really into those shows, man. Iron Fist and all I was so into them. I was so Jessica, like I was so into them, and it sucks that they ended the way they did because I thought they had the perfect actors and actresses, and I love the story arcs, and they had so much good going. And now it's like if they ever come back on Disney Plus, they're gonna be rebooted with different people, and it's just not gonna feel as good to me. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll feel better. Maybe Disney will nail it if they bring them back. But darn, I was looking forward to them eventually coming to the cinematic universe and crossing over with the movies. And oh man, I thought it was gonna be so cool. Ugh! Frustrating. Let's see here. I never understood how people can play the Switch outside. It's called relaxing. So like at my house, we have these like tree hanging hammock swing things. My kids swing in them, but Yulia and I will go out there, sit in the front, and just like lay in them and enjoy the breeze and nature. And you know, we'll play Fleet Battle, aka Battleship, on our phones against each other. Or I'll grab my Switch and I'll just be out there casually playing Mario Golf or whatever, just chilling. Like when you're just chilling and relaxing outside, there's easily you could play Switch or play something else, right? Like you're chilling. But you know. Thank you, Game Boy 98 for the $5. Says, what's your thoughts on the Spider-Verse rumors for the MCU? Toby and Andrew probably coming back. Also, DD by return. Okay, so I don't have a lot of thoughts on that in general because I'm just going to kind of wait and see what happens. There's been a lot of denials that certain things are happening. Of course, there would be denials even if it was happening. So I don't really have a lot of deep thoughts on it yet. I'm just going to kind of let that play out. I think, obviously, with the multiverse, I don't think it's even a spoiler at this point. Everyone knows it's even in the comics, so whatever. The multiverse is wide open now. It kind of makes sense. And obviously, we saw them play around with the multiverse in that animated Spider-Man movie. And my kids really enjoy it. In fact, I think it's a really good movie too. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Marvel is in a really good place right now. We'll have to see what happens. Movie-wise is what I'm really interested in because obviously we have Black Widow, which I haven't seen yet, but I will see soon. But from my understanding, it really has no impact on the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's more so wrapping up some strings on origin stories and all that with Black Widow, and I get it. It's cool. But, you know, Black Widow, obviously, we all know, died in Avengers, so it's kind of like she's not really part of the future, although multiverse can open up her possibility of coming back. Just like it can open up the possibility of Tony Stark coming back and others, but it's not. Those actresses are probably done with those roles. So, I mean, they can come back in different ways with different, you know, like there's multiple Lokis, multiple this, multiple that, but yeah. Nintendo is also stingy with their properties. What did I think about F and TWS? What is that, PJ? I don't even know what that is. That's a lot of acronyms, a lot of abbreviating. Rumor has it that Charlie Cox, Daredevil, Netflix series is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. That'd be really cool. Is he going to be in it? Is he going to be in it as Daredevil? Oh wait, yeah, that's the person who played Daredevil, right? Charlie Cox. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. Yeah, he's the guy who played Daredevil. Yeah, is he going to be in it as Daredevil? If he's in it as Daredevil, that actually gives hope that he's going to come back as Daredevil on Disney Plus. That would be really cool. But then, you know, it's going to start make people think, oh, you're going to get, you know, Jessica Jones and all the rest of the people over as well. Which, who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe if they do reboot it or soft reboot it, they will get the original cast. I have no idea. That would be huge if they could. God, if he's in it as Daredevil, I mean, he might just be in the show to be as a different character. But if he's in it as Daredevil, God, that would be badass. That would give me so much hope that they were able to work something out that we just haven't heard publicly yet. Have I ever gotten to the Souls games? Nope. James Doge. Jackass forever. I mean, yeah, they just had a trailer from that come out today, right? I was a big fan of it. Let's say a big fan, but I've seen all the Jackass movies. I'll probably watch it. It's the last one that's supposedly ever going to be made. We'll see. I thought this is the last one was going to be the last one, and now they have this. Now, granted, they're much older now. I mean, God, Johnny Knoxville's, what, almost 50? Or is 50 at this point? That's the suggestion that he'll be Matt Murdock. Oh my God. If they bring him in and he's Matt Murdock, God, that's going to give me so much hope that the characters are going to come back. It would suck if it's just a leftover from the Netflix stuff and they're not actually good. Oh man. Dude, I would be screaming in the theater. Like, if he's in there as Matt Murdock, I'd be like, no, come on. Come on, baby. They're coming back. I'd be so hyped, and then I'll probably be disappointed because they probably aren't. But they can't put him in there as Matt Murdock and just not have him come back as Daredevil, like, down the line, even if it's not in that movie, like down the line in a future Disney Plus show or even its own movie or something, right? Oh, God. He's so perfect as Daredevil. We're not bringing Ben Affleck. No. I know multiverse, but please don't bring Ben Affleck back as Daredevil. Just stop. That movie should not exist. Well, yeah, he'd be Daredevil in that case because Matt Murdock. I mean, this isn't spoilers at this point, right? Like Matt Murdock's Daredevil, so like, if he's in there as Matt Murdock, even if doesn't come out as Daredevil in the movie, doesn't matter. It kind of sets up like Daredevil coming back, kind of thing, right? And then if that's coming back, that kind of sets up. Oh, are you gonna bring back Luke and Jessica and all the rest of the Iron Fist? You're gonna bring them all back because they're all interconnected, right? They're all interconnected. So like, God, it just gives me hope. Hope that I probably shouldn't have. Again, we got to see if it even happens, but. Yeah, Game Boy 98 just popping off those super chats today. $2. Game Boy 98, man. Thank you so much for that support, dude. I appreciate it. Yet another one. Are you trying to get me to finish my beer? I mean, I still have a ways to go, but damn. He says, nope. That's Peter's lawyer. Yeah, but yes, but Game Boy 98. Matt Murdock is a lawyer. If he comes back as a blind Matt Murdock as a lawyer, that's Daredevil. Matt Murdock is Daredevil. Like, he's also a lawyer. It's kind of like Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But they're still kind of like two separate like personalities, right? Bruce Wayne, Batman. Clark Kent, Superman. Blah, blah, blah. On and on and on down the list. Only people like Jessica Jones are just Jessica Jones. There's no like in between with that. So like, yeah, him being a lawyer, and if the lawyer's name is Matt Murdock, you can keep Finn Jones. I didn't like him as Iron Fist. He grew on me. The first season to me wasn't great, but he kind of grew on me over time. And the bottom line is, if you're gonna bring back the rest of the crew, you got to bring back the whole crew. But we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up because it's just a rumor. It might not even happen. It's kind of like me being like, oh my gosh, Demise is gonna be in Breath of the Wild too. Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, we could talk about it. We can get a little bit hyped, but I'm also gonna be like, but hold up, let's tap in the expectations just a smidge. Let's not like make our minds get blown over something that's not confirmed and doesn't have like a ton of evidence for it. It's just kind of like a thought that's floated out there. Let's be a bit more earnest. Oh, Danny Rand. What about the Punisher? Man, views are really going down. We're talking all this Marvel stuff, and people are like, "Fuck you! I didn't come here for Marvel." Of course you didn't. I can't help it. People paid and asked questions. It is Q&A. Your baby's starting to bite. Teeth are popping out. Alistair, they did $50 refunds at Walmart for one of the models. Curious about lots of stuff. Yeah, I get it. Shang-Chi. Dude, Shang-Chi is Secret of the Ten Rings. Looks good. Shang-Chi and the Secret of the Ten Rings looks good, man. I'm looking forward to that one as well. I mean, anything from Marvel, I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. Yeah, you'll finally get the actual Mandarin too. That'll be cool. Not the fake one. Which, I mean, I didn't mind the bait and switch. That was fine. But yeah. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I have to wrap up the stream here because my fiance's gotta get heading off to work, and then I gotta get some other stuff done. So, thank you guys for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a good time. Nice little day stream. Don't do them very often. This is a rare occurrence, so I hope it was fun. And we gotta end by saying Bucks and 6, baby. Catch you guys in the next video, stream, whatever's next.